see here. I'm gonna pull some things up really quick. It's gonna be interesting doing this because my wife has to. I had to put the headset on her because she's afraid of moving the baby. You there, love?
Yes, but he's crying. So give me a second.
Oh boy. Well, it gives me time to get stuff ready. God, what one do we want to pull up?
I was gonna say, go ahead and put up the video. That way I can mute and watch it and have an opinion on it.
I was gonna ask you which one do you think you would be interested in?
What are my options?
See here, we could do the why I'm no longer a Democrat, why I don't support Black Lives Matter.
Probably the Black Lives Matter one, because that's the one I know most about. I'm not a huge political person.
Okay. Well, while I'm changing my my title, do you want to explain your whole relationship with her?
I know her as Gothix model. I found her probably a little over a year ago, I'd say. It was before she became a partnered streamer, but she was still getting pretty decent views. And she was a Dead by Daylight streamer. She was not the same person she is today. And I decided to stop following her because she seemed a little disingenuous the more I watched her. I don't know what else to say.
Wait, well, what was the big thing that like settled it?
Oh, she never really gave acknowledgments to how she became partnered or where her successes came from. She always said that she had done it on her own, which that's generally never the case. You have to you get help, no matter how successful you are, you get some kind of help along the way. And she's one of those
I'm gonna
people.
come
I did
downstairs
this.
real quick. Go ahead and keep talking.
Oh, she's one of those people that said, I did this on my own. So that bothered me. Also, she identifies as a Black woman. And there were Black people that supported her, but she never really supported um, never really supported them.
Okay. Okay. By the way, hi chat. I'm sorry. I'm taking care of her audio stuff so she can hear the video and everything, and because she's holding our baby, I thought this would be a fun conversation.
You out of breath?
Yeah. Stairs. I hate stairs. I'm out of breath. But it's good to have everybody here. You guys are awesome. Hi, new people. Yeah, the one. It's not that much of a shock that she pulled this, which is the big thing that I
Actually,
wanted.
it's not. No.
Because like I remember the big incident that like made you go, hey, wait a minute, fuck this lady, was the when the actress for Ariel
Oh,
came
the
out.
Little Mermaid thing. Yeah, she's totally against it. She didn't want to change a classic. And I'm like, but representation matters. And like you as a Black woman, or as you say you identify as, you are against it. Like that really rubbed me the wrong way because like absolutely representation matters, and she's on Twitter saying no, don't change it. So that definitely rubbed me the wrong way.
What the- Why isn't it showing my... Oh, that's weird. Okay, when I switched the scene, it was showing just a black screen. I don't know if everybody saw that. That was weird. Okay,
I saw it, yeah.
so this is her. She's partnered. She's fallen off quite a bit since then because she pissed people off. But
She
she
did
has...
try to cancel Little Mer. She tried to cancel the new Little Mermaid. She hated it. She didn't want. She didn't want the actress to be black.
Yeah, because the Little Mermaid is real and she's white. Can't change that ever. Fictional characters have to stay the way they're portrayed, except for, of course, with Hermione, who was described as a black girl in the
Dark skin with frizzy hair. Didn't
yes.
outright say she was black, but she could have very well been a black woman.
Like
But
I said, described as.
That's a conversation for another day.
She is against cancel culture, but that's all part of the right wing grift. Like, it's not shocking at all that she made this shift. When we saw takes like that, when we saw that she decided to not identify as black, which is
I got it muted.
all right. Which is a whole thing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be. Yeah, we were hoping the kiddo would be a little bit more cooperative during all this. So the new mermaid is canceled. The original new mermaid canceled the original. That's her angle. No, she canceled it because the actress that's playing Ariel is black, and that's not right. But this was before all that. This is where we were starting. This is years ago. Like, she really looked up to her too. Glam did, because it was around the time that she was still streaming.
I did. I really looked up to Gothix because she was, one of the, again, representation matters. So she was one of, the black streamers that really, really made it. So seeing her do it, you think, oh, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And her streams were enjoyable to watch, but the more I started watching, the more I noticed that there was just something weird going on with her, but I really did like her, and it was hard to stop watching her.
Well, before we start the video, because is it a real problem or just part of the grift? That's the thing. It could be a part of the grift. My view is I think she is she's trying to get into the right wing grift. I think she's pretty apolitical. I don't think she has any beliefs.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think that she actually is believing a lot of what she's saying. I think that she is seeing where her support is coming from because of her Little Mermaid incident, and then it just snowballed from there. Because who's gonna support her? She says, "I don't want Little Mermaid to be black." Like, who are the people that are going to support her, and who are the people that won't? So I think she's just, riding on that wave.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up her Social Blade right now to give everybody an idea of how much of a grip this is. Oops, Social Blade. Let me search her. If I could type.
Okay, he seems to be quiet, so I don't have to keep muting, but we'll it's our son. There's no telling.
Yeah. So, you look at her YouTube is brand new, okay? Like, it looks like it was made 3 months ago.
She's She started a new YouTube and a new Twitter when she started to lean away from streaming and being like a streaming educator to being more right wing. She started a new YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah. Look at this shit. This is something that Chud showed on his stream, but I want to go over it again for people. Going for that Coke money. Yes. Like, it's obvious. Like, look at her views. She started 3 months ago. That's the oldest video on here. So we can't track it before that, I guess. But, 40,000, 96,000 for why I don't support Black Lives Matter, 78,000 for why I'm no longer a Democrat. Like, these two are connected. How to win an argument with a bigot has only 21,000. Victimhood as a content creator, 8.1 thousand.
Which that's something she does. She makes herself the victim all the time, but she's also very problematic. So
Dear Black America has 111,000 views. We might have to watch that, honestly.
yeah. She was a Dead by Daylight streamer. That's what her content was before. She was a Dead by Daylight streamer, and she also had a
She would do
oh
comedy too.
She did comedy, and she also was like a let me help you with your streamer. She like hosted classes on how to become a better streamer and things like that. Like her content was way different than what it is today. So she's definitely changed.
Yeah, and her everything tanked in the process. Like,
because the fans she built on Twitch, she's pretty much just like screwed over, said, "Hey, screw you guys."
in October of this year, she lost 11,000 followers on Twitch. People don't really care that much about, who they follow. I still have people that absolutely hate my guts that still follow me, a part of my, 1,400. But you have to really be pissed at someone to go, I'm unfollowing that person. Fuck them. 11,000, almost 12,000 people decided that she sucked so bad that they left her. And don't get me wrong.
She's fucking terrible, man.
Don't get me wrong. She does a decent stream. She's funny.
Oh, her streams are great, and like the quality of her streams, just they were amazing. Her streams were they were great. And not to say she deserved partner for what she was doing then. She deserved to get it.
Absolutely insane. See, like, how much she lost. And she's got to go for that right-wing grift. But, like we were saying earlier, it's not all that shocking that this is the turn she decided to make. It's just kind of a thing. I do think it's funny that she has both Dear Black America, victimhood as content, and stuff that says, yeah, that's racist. Are you racist? And then why I don't support Black Lives Matter. And then white privilege is a crutch. She's all over the place. Like, it's like she's trying to dip into all of the grifts.
In all the markets. She's dipping it, trying to see where the shoe fits best.
Yeah, who's got the most money? All right, well, I'll, the right wing has more money, so I'll get rid of the ones that accuse people of racism, because the right doesn't like that. All right. Let's do Dear Black America first. This should be a joy. Let me make sure you can hear it.
Dear Black America.
Can you hear it?
Okay. There are a few things that have been on my mind lately, so I'm writing this letter in the hopes that this video will spark a larger conversation on Black American culture and how I personally believe plays a significant role in the degradation of the Black experience. That being said, I have some observations that I'd like to share with all of you.
Oh boy.
Black America. You want black people to succeed, but will
Before we go on, I gotta ask you because you can't. She has the letter up on the screen. How likely do you think she gets into the pull up your pants Bill Cosby shit?
I don't know. Let's just see where it goes.
Listen to the thug music, and I'm just gonna put this pill in this glass. And that's bad? That's bad.
That's
encourage
awful.
victimhood.
Yes.
I couldn't help it. I had the Bill Cosby impression in my pocket.
Over perseverance. You don't want to be viewed as a criminal, but will gladly turn one into a martyr. You say black folks are not a monolith, yet you'll ostracize those who don't think like you, vote like you, or live their life like you.
Hold on.
You say you want
1 second. That's not just black people. That's Republicans. That's any what?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Any major political operation. Shit. Any major industrial organization, like marketers, do that.
Fandoms, even freaking fandoms. Even if you're not in my fandom and we don't agree on this fandom, you're worse than I am. It's not just black people.
Well, I mean, I'm even talking about the fact that, like, looking at black people as a monolith, all of those organizations do that too. And I guarantee she doesn't have a fucking problem with a marketing firm doing that to black people, especially if they pay her.
Right. I wonder how her sponsorship is with Voodoo Beer or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, she Voodoo Ranger. She had that with whoever it is that makes Fat Tire. New Belgium. No.
Yes.
Wait.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Like you, vote like you, or live their life like you. You say you want diversity and representation, but are intolerant to political diversity.
Yes. Okay. A stupid thing to say.
Yeah. You say you want diversity and representation, but are intolerant to political diversity and political What? I'm sorry, but like, white dude looking from the outside in, I have seen way more variation of political beliefs among different black people than I have among different white people.
Mm-hmm.
Different white people, I will get them in my chat. Like, there's a dialogue tree that they go down, and they all do the same things. They all say the same shit. But like, even a black conservative isn't going to say the same shit as a white conservative.
That's so true. Because even though they're both conservatives, some ideals are different because of different experiences. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but you're right.
Yeah. Just this is brainworms.
I feel like she's just. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I feel like she's just putting together a bunch of like hot button topics in one letter instead of actually like putting any thought into what she's writing. You know, I don't know.
I feel like she didn't write this and she took it as a template. Because like, I swear I've heard this before. I've heard all of this.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to any interview with Thomas Sowell or Larry Elder or Herman Cain or any other black conservative, and you'll hear this same exact shit. But like, Candace Owen, yes, thank you, Candace Owen.
She's trying to be the new Candace Owen.
Yeah, because Candace Owen's got a fuck ton of money, but she also got in on the grift a lot younger than she is. I'm just saying, they I don't care, but conservatives care a lot about how their women, quote unquote, look, because that's how they view it. All right.
representation. You say Black Lives Matter, but what you really mean is only the Black lives who agree with me matter.
What?
What?
You're
Where'd you
cutting
get
out.
that bullshit from?
Yeah, Carpe Pax got it. This is the PragerU video.
Oh, you spit up on me, huh? Okay.
He probably heard that too. He's like, half of me finds this repulsive. Sorry, that's not a joke I should tell on stream.
That's not a good joke. No, that's the joke between me and you.
Yeah.
You say listen to Black voices, but only if those Black voices vote Democrat.
Oh my God.
I have seen way more emphasis on everybody being family and spreading love among, like, at least the Black people I've been around my entire life. Like, there's so much more of a concentration of warm family feelings no matter what drama goes on in all the Black families I've seen than there ever is in all the white families I've seen. And I know it's anecdotal, but there's a strong case to be made that that's a pretty common thing. Like even some of like the interpretations you hear from like Black celebrities who talk about it, or speakers, public figures, will describe that sort of environment with their family. And what's the stereotype of white people, that we're all just like really stick up your ass, like we don't loosen up at all, and we don't really, you know what I mean?
And compared to my family to your family.
Yeah. That's why I bring it up.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
A big difference.
Yeah, like there's a lot more warmth that I'm still not even used to after 13 going on 14 years of being together with you. Because like then I go to my family and it's just like, we love each other, we definitely do, and we hug sometimes.
Yeah.
Not as much during COVID, but like it with them, like I'll hug like 30, 40 people and I show up to like a big family function.
Yeah, you gotta hug everybody.
Cousins, everything. I don't think I've hugged any of my cousins. Like in my life. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know what that means, is all I'm saying. Like she pulled that from a PragerU video. Ready?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Me?
No, the baby was talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Declare that celebrities like Ice Cube and Lil Wayne are being used as political pawns, yet Cardi B and Offset are not.
Wait, what? You'll declare that celebrities like Ice Cube and Lil Wayne are being used as political pawns.
Yeah, Cardi B and Offset are not. First of all, Offset, I don't think he did any political stuff. Cardi B did. Cardi B chose to be a part of the and oh no. Oh shit. I just realized something.
What?
That's about Kanye. But she didn't put Kanye in there. Why do you think that is?
Because people can't argue against Kanye being
bipolar. Yeah.
Yes.
Suffering through a long manic stage.
Which you have to have a conversation about mental health, because man, people did not treat that like they should have. Like No, that man is bipolar, and his fans and everyone else, they need some education on bipolar disorder, because that the response he got was fucking terrible. And whoever he has in his close circle, nope.
Yeah, his family needs to get him back on his meds. They need to do something because, like, I used to like try to laugh about it, but like
it's not funny.
No,
It's
especially
sad and it's scary.
especially experiencing some of the lower points with your bipolar. Like I can't. Oh, this was November 2nd. Oh, she put this out just before the election. Holy shit! What? She thought this was gonna register with people and change their votes. I guarantee that's what she thought. Oh, holy shit. But yeah, like there's definitely a conversation there about mental health that people need to have. Like I feel like Kanye is going to have like the biggest bottom out and people are going to try and find it funny like they did with Britney Spears.
Yep.
And now she's Conrad Spears.
What?
She's been coming out with some pretty base takes lately. Very supportive of like communism and socialism.
Okay.
Probably because her dad controls all her money.
All her money, yeah.
I think this is when some rappers came out supporting Trump. Yeah. Comrade Britain. Yeah.
It is because Lil Wayne and Ice Cube. I remember there was a big old controversy because Ice Cube came out and was saying a lot of pro-Trump things. Yeah.
Well, the thing that's funny about it is I don't think anybody said that they were being used as political pawns. Kanye was.
Yeah, Kanye was for sure, which is sad because they're going to use a man's mental health and use him as a pawn.
Yeah. But there was no accusations of the rest. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? She's literally purposely avoiding talking about Kanye because she knows people can make the case. Like, maybe she did think this out a little bit. Because why wouldn't you use Kanye? Kanye was literally running for president at that time. Maybe because he was running against Trump and he said he didn't support him, even though he would also, in the same sentence, say he did. I don't know.
Read down after. Okay, I just read down what she was going to say next, and I have some words.
Okay, let's go.
Speaking about Cardi B, she makes a song about wet, and that's considered female empowerment. Yet Candace Owens, who preaches self-accountability, makes her a sellout?
Candace Owens is not a sellout because she preaches self-accountability. What the fuck is she talking about?
She's a sellout because she says the things that white supremacist says about black people with a black face, and that's how she gets away with it. And conservatives can go, "What? She's black? She said that. I can't get in trouble for saying that." Deflection is straw manning. Yes, like this is. I'm sorry. Look, she's basically also she's setting herself almost for like some sort of pivot to like trad wife sort of shit, where she's all about like not being pro sex, which is funny considering she was originally a model, and she really would play up like her sexuality and like doing cosplays, like really extravagant cosplays on stream, which is fine, and I'm not against that at all. But this looks like she's trying to make some sort of pivot here. Yes, she is very pretty.
Is very pretty. Nobody's taking that away from her. She's a gorgeous woman.
Yeah, I would never say that. Candace Owens goes back and forth. I'm convinced she tried to dye her skin, and it went wrong. Because she looked a lot darker years ago. I've done a comparison, and I hate saying that. I do hate saying that. I don't ever want to accuse any black person of doing that. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping she she's not, and I'm hoping it was just some badly lit pictures, which can happen too, because most photographers only know how to light a room for white people.
And if it's white and black people in there, oh.
Our family photos.
Okay, anyways, let's continue.
Yeah.
You're fed up with the harmful stereotypes that Black Americans have, yet refuse to acknowledge how much of a role you've had in creating those same stereotypes. Your music.
Wait. Oh my. I fucking called it. I fucking called it.
Okay. So, what were you gonna say?
Just that I fucking called it. She's gonna do the pull your pants up.
You did call it. And granted, I don't necessarily agree with those stereotypes, but it's our culture, the music, even the fucking sagging pants, which I hate. It's a cultural thing, you know. Just because somebody listens to, you know, music with gang violence and drug use, that doesn't mean they engage in those things. And rap isn't that's not all what rap is. You know, that's not all rap. That's a small generalization of what rap is. And sometimes people are rapping about their fucking experiences in their life, which they may have had to go through. You know, so I don't know. That's when people say shit like that, it really pisses me off because what you're pretty much saying is that black people need to take away a part of their culture.
In order
You
to
know,
have a better culture.
and yes, in order to have a better culture. It really, really like it fires me up. And
I,
like,
for one, think that black people would be a lot better if they listened to more rock and roll music and did heroin.
oh yeah, just like rock and roll music, they never talk about violence or drug use. Nobody ever
Right.
talks about, you know, shooting up heroin in rock music.
Yeah.
That's never a thing that happens.
There totally isn't like hundreds of albums that are literally dedicated to rotting away in a hotel room while high on heroin. That doesn't exist. From major artists that still get played on the radio today and have sold millions and millions of records worldwide. That doesn't happen, apparently.
Like that one song that like Crazy Bitch, isn't that like about a stripper? Like that was a song that was like so popular all over the radio, but like a black artist do something like that and then it's considered ghetto. You know, it's you have to hold them to the same oh my god, just let me get off my soapbox.
By the way, that no, this is the perfect soapbox. That band Buck Cherry, you want to know what their single was before that wasn't as popular but broke them in? Cocaine.
Oh, okay.
The chorus was I love the cocaine, I love the cocaine. I'm not kidding you at all. But no stereotypes attached to it. Oh yeah, they're fucking terrible. But no stereotypes attached to it at all about white people. I've never been accused of, you know, oh, you're white, you just do cocaine. That's not a thing.
But black people, they do crack in their basements all the time.
Yeah, crack and weed. I smoke more weed than you. Be accountable for your culture, white people. True. I hate to say it. To the extent that we have a culture, our culture is being racist.
Sorry, but go ahead.
It's stolen too. Yeah, there's that too.
Encourages gang violence and drug use. Your media makes a mockery of black people for the sake of entertainment. Your vocabulary is self-deprecating instead of empowering. Your mindset on what is black discourages growth by guilting those.
She's literally talking about just like black culture. Like she's saying, don't do that. Don't say trap. Like white people don't fucking have. Like they don't have their slang words too.
Well,
you know,
the thing that like. The thing that I notice about it is what she's describing is the way things are sold to people by normally huge execs and like marketing firms and like record labels and everything and like TV studios who are all owned by white people.
Ooh, I almost said something racist. I'm glad I stopped myself. Anyways, the last part that she said though, the mindset thing, that one's kind of true though. I have to give her. Oh, you didn't play it yet. I just read ahead.
All right.
And
who
I know that from my. Oh, go ahead.
refuse to be boxed in. You say you want race.
So that's true. The mindset on what is black, that is true. And I won't say for all black people, but in my experience, it's definitely true. From dating a white guy to liking nerdy things,
Yeah.
black people don't have, and even the whole like the down low gay black man and things like that. And if you're a black gay man, all of a sudden you're not masculine, so that is a whole other conversation, but that's one point that she actually made that I definitely agree with.
Yeah.
That and a lot of that is like as far as sexuality and stuff like that, because black culture is so strongly rooted in the church. That's where that comes from.
Hmm.
So anyways, but that's the only thing that I agree with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I try to do my best to not step out of my lane, so to speak. There definitely is a boxing in among black people. I'm still dealing with it right now with that tweet that went viral about Flint.
Yeah.
People are questioning whether or not I'm even actually in the city. Like I can't literally open my window right now and see the fucking weather ball.
Right, which nobody knows what the weather ball is, but
Yeah, if you're from
it's a
Flint, you know.
yeah. So it's a famous thing in Flint.
Yeah. And it literally does tell you whether or not the weather's going to be hot, cold, or the same. It changes
So
colors. It's cool. I'm sorry. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool too. That's why so many people from Flint have weather ball tattoos. I need to get one too.
I need a weather ball tattoo. Yeah. God, I love that thing. Anyways, yeah, but like I get people questioning that because I'm white, and they'll say things like, "This is dorky as shit." look, there are people. Yeah, somebody from New York gets the fucking Statue of Liberty tattooed on him. No one bats an eye. We talk about getting the weather ball, one of the main like staples of our city, tattooed on us, and like you call it dorky. I know you love it, but come on, it's not dorky. A little pride in your city, our little poor downtrodden city. But yeah, like some of the things that are being said to me on Twitter by these people are like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I hear a black person's perspective on this. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Like I haven't run this perspective in front of black people in this city already. Like a lot of times,
Punching me.
like you can
Sorry.
confirm, a lot of times some of the things that I want to make sure are coming out right, I say to you first,
Absolutely.
and I try to get it out to people that I trust, people that I know, like some of our friends, like so I don't sound racist, to put it bluntly. So because we're all capable of saying something that sounds like that. We're all capable of having a thought that might be tinging toward that thing. I am so fucking careful to make sure that before I say a goddamn word on stream or even on Twitter, I ask a black person, is this fucking racist? Is this going to make me look bad? What do you think of this? I run tweets past my wife because I want to make sure that what I'm saying is in my lane, is right, to get, and also to get the message out, and whether or not that message is even worth saying in the first fucking place. So it does suck that boxing out happens. And I don't know if I'm one to say whether or not it's something that black people should work on or not. I don't
Oh
know.
no, it is. I think that if they didn't box out, they would have so many more allies in things. Not allies, but we could be stronger people, if we didn't box out or box in or whatever she said.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and
but it's
let me do a thing real quick. Okay, so allyship. God, I have grown to fucking hate allyship because I feel like people who consider themselves allies feel like they have like a card of whoever they're allied with. Just be a friend. Just be a person. Just treat them like a person. And, stand up for them like you would as a person. Instead of just going on about, I'm an ally. I'm a fucking ally. I've heard more racist shit from so-called allies than I've heard from bigots. Like, calm the fuck down about your ally shit. You aren't fucking doing anything besides thinking you give yourself a shield to say shit that you don't know fuck all about. I've had white people get mad at me for being white and speaking about my city that's majority black. And they've called me racist.
yeah.
I literally, I talk about this tweet all the time. Someone called me a Chad with a trust fund. A Kamalistan called me a Chad with a trust fund because I supported Bernie Sanders. I'm none of those things. I'm sorry, I'm not ripped out my gourd, and I don't even know how to start a trust fund, let alone have one to collect off of. Are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, I had to go off on that because I've been holding that in for a while. Allyship is bullshit. Like 100% bullshit. Does anyone feel really bad for people actually named Chad? No, because it's a good thing. I feel bad for Karens.
Yeah, Karen's got it bad.
Yeah.
Karen's definitely got it bad.
Yeah. But I'm still going to say when somebody's being a Karen, they're being a Karen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
I
sorry.
have my
But
Karen moments too, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think every person does, where they're a little bit of a Karen. I'm sorry, I do.
just to divert this conversation a little bit more, just for funsies. Like she loves pumpkin spice stuff. Like we have bought so much weird pumpkin spice stuff.
I am a basic white girl at heart, I think. I
But-
mean, I'm not saying I'm not black, but
Yeah. Like we I saw this advertisement on the highway the other day on my way home from work. That I had to tell her about because I knew she would be absolutely interested in it. She you've heard of the pumpkin spice latte, but have you heard of the God, what was it? Sweet potato pie?
sweet potato pie latte.
Sweet
Yeah.
potato pie latte.
And I would totally drink that too. Like, I need to get one.
Yeah.
I need to get one.
From Bigby Coffee, which, by the way, their name used to be a racial slur. Not because they knew it was a racial slur, but because they related it to coffee beans. You can put the rest together. But yes, that was their name. And, oh god, way back in the day. Oh, that's diverting so much. Someone tried to call me racist for streaming while white this morning. Concern trolling that I should get out of the way and let a POC stream as if there are limited supply of accounts.
Crazy.
I will absolutely argue that Twitch still is kind of a hostile place for any minority to be on, but it's also a good place for them to be on. You really have to get your mental toughness up in order to come on this stream and be able to brush a lot of stuff off that normally you shouldn't have to.
Let me tell you what, when I was streaming, I had to think of a million different ways you could spell the N-word to block it because people are such just assholes.
And it happened.
Yeah.
Obviously it happens a lot more to me because I'm in a more volatile market, but it happened a lot to you. It happened way too much.
So?
But yeah, I totally agree that there should be more representation on this platform, meaning more people should feel like they can come on this platform and do that. But I'm sorry, that's the problem of the platform itself and the environment it creates. It's getting better, but man, how many racist conversations have we had? How much drama around racism from people who purport to be, again, allies, have we had in just the 2 years that I've been doing political streaming? How much drama? Most of it from one fucking streamer, for fuck's sake. How much? How much? It's fucking. That's what I would say. That's what I would say to that person is, if you want more people of color to stream on this platform, do what you need to do to make it a safer place for them. I know I am
About
trying to.
that, it's part of it is he's not taking up space from a person of color. If that person really was concerned about finding a person of color, they have a million different choices that they could have gone and supported. Instead, they decided to go and troll a white person. They weren't concerned about people of color. They weren't. They weren't because they had other options.
Yeah, and man, I'll tell you, the black streamers that have came out in politics recently have been absolutely fucking top notch. Like, absolutely great. You know, just to name a few, Kay Swiftly, Joe Lewis, like, they are awesome. Like, I peek in and sit in Joe Lewis's streams all the fucking time while I'm at work and learn so much that I didn't know about, you know, like black history and everything. And I'm genuinely interested in that because it tells you so much and it helps you understand so much. Helps guide your thoughts in a much better way than this fucking
Tom,
it was going to be the B word.
Uncle, don't resort to that. Don't resort to that.
No, and I'm not going to call her that either, because I that's not my lane. But yeah, it's fucking. I remember the first like culture shock of that on the internet that I had. It was Ugandan Knuckles. When people were like, "Oh, that's racist," and I was like, "What? It's funny, you know. It's racist. What's And then I saw somebody reply to somebody who was like, "What's racist about it?" And it was black man, a funny black voice on dumb looking character, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is pretty racist." Especially when they started clicking. That's when it got real fucking racist.
Yeah, that's really racist.
Ugh.
I don't even think that's a language in Uganda. Don't they speak English?
Language of Uganda. Yeah, they speak English and Swahili. Swahili isn't even the language that has the clicking.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Oh. Speaking of Joe Lewis, I was watching his stream one day and he was watching a thing on that, and they were talking about that specific language. I completely forgot the name of it. And the clicking is by design to help them while hunting to fit in the jungle. Because then it just sounds like, you know, twigs or trees or whatever. Isn't that fucking interesting?
People don't give Africans and stuff like that enough credit. They think of Africa and think of some kind of desolate wasteland. That's one of the things I appreciate about Black Panther. Like, it makes you realize that maybe Africa isn't what you thought it was.
Oh yeah. And again, that's something that Joe Lewis pushes. Like, he's fucking great. That dude, I need to talk to that dude more, because that is a smart dude who knows his shit, and he's been through a lot. Afrofuturism, yeah. Khoisan, yes. I'm pretty sure I butchered the pronunciation of that, but yeah, that was all related. And it's so cool to know that. It's so cool to know that shit. I'm sorry. I get really excited when I learn something like that. It's like, holy shit. I would never have even thought of that. That's great. Now that is geeky, okay? That is dorky as fuck. I'll take that. All right. We diverged so much. We'll get back on track.
Discourages growth by guilting those who refuse to be boxed in. You say you want racism to end, but will openly be racist towards others because you've convinced yourself that your circumstances give you a free pass to do so. You talk about black empowerment, but will use difference of opinion to justify calling another black person a coon or a house nigger. You talk about setting black people up for success, but will lower.
Nothing to say on that?
Hold on, let me reread what she said.
All right.
That is okay. It is partly true, partly untrue. It depends on the type of person that you're talking to. It depends on like if you're talking to like some hotep whatever, you know. It depends on the type of person that you're talking to, but generally, if you have a difference of opinion, nobody's going to call you a coon or a house N-word. You know, that's no.
I mean, that I've told you a little bit about it, but that was a controversy on Twitch surrounding a number of black streamers. I'll have to tell you about it off stream, but that was a thing, and one of those channels got banned for referring to another streamer as an Uncle Tom and
Wow.
Coon. Yeah, Coon specifically was the one that got them kicked off. But yeah, I'll tell you about that later because I don't know how much I can divulge on that. Dia Duit is in Irish means hello, but literally translates as God by you. It is responded to with Dia is Mir Duit, meaning hello to you, but literally God and Mary by you.
Actually, pretty fucking interesting.
Etymology is cool. I'm sorry, it just fucking is. Etymology is great. Ugh. I think I know the fight you're talking about. Yeah. And I will not publicly say where I stand on that whole battle. Hit me up on Discord sometime. Maybe I'll talk about it.
Person a coon or a house nigger. You talk about setting black people up for success, but will lower the bar with affirmative action. You talk about being.
Oh, fucking God.
Oh my god. Okay, this is where I get so fucking enraged. Black people are not given the same fucking opportunities as white people, no matter how smart, how strong, how hard you work. You're not given the same fucking opportunities. Sometimes affirmative action is needed. It's not lowering the bar. Like she's, oh my god, I almost called her the C word. That made me so angry. That makes me so angry. She's a fucking model. She should know how fucking racist modeling is. Black people are not given the same fucking opportunity. You are considered lower. Oh, okay.
This is why I wanted to have you on. I know you would fucking go off. Hey, Outstorms.
Ooh, God, that just makes me so angry.
Yeah. You know my favorite fact about your family? That your dad openly said that he was an affirmative action. He was able to get his doctorate from Ohio State through affirmative action.
Yeah.
And he said he wasn't ashamed by it. He's just like, I was able to get this thing. Yeah. You know, did I get chose over probably somebody white? Yeah, but it worked out. He got his doctorate. He did some great things for the UAW. Like, he did good things for people. He was given that opportunity that he wouldn't have otherwise had because he, came from Detroit or Flint.
Ooh, what Kingfisher Gaming said. Yes, it got him in the door. He still worked his ass off to get that degree.
Yes.
He
Thank
had to
you.
do the hard work. That's the same thing with affirmative action getting you a job. You still have to show up and you still have to do that job fucking good to keep that job. Just because you got hired due to affirmative action doesn't mean that you're going to keep that job. You still have
Not
to
just
do the
well.
work.
Not just well, too.
Right. You
But
have to do better than some of your white counterparts sometimes.
as
people
well
don't understand
plus,
that.
yes. Go ahead,
So that the whole idea of lowering the bar, like I can't get that out of my head. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. The most ridiculous.
You're Oddstorms, you're an anarchist, so that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other can of worms. And yeah, one of these days I should have a conversation with somebody about anarchy and why I'm not supportive of it. Could be really interesting. It'd have to be someone that I'm not going to piss off from my takes. Support lowering the bar like Limbo. Yeah.
Being kings and queens, but will push for bullshit programs like critical race theory that reaffirms white people will always have an advantage over you, thus crippling your self-confidence, destroying your self-worth, and brainwashing black youth to believe that there will always be a cap on their success.
That's not what critical race theory does. Holy shit. She copied and pasted this from Candace Owens.
All right, continue.
You got nothing?
I have nothing except, saying that pretty much what I took from that is saying that like white people will have bites. And I plan on teaching this to our son. Sometimes, a lot of the time, white people do have an advantage over you. And that's the way life is in this country, unfortunately. That's the way it is. It doesn't diminish someone's self-confidence, but it's telling someone the reality of the fucking world so you don't go out there and get disappointed. And it's sad that that's something that I have to teach my son, who is, by the way, half white, but he's still gonna have to deal with those fucking struggles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something we talk about it a lot off stream, but I don't really mention it on stream, but varying on how he looks, he's going to be treated a certain way. No matter what. He's never going to be treated as white.
when I was pregnant, and this is something that I probably shouldn't even say, but I was like, I really hope that he's light-skinned is not a word, so that he will have a better life. And it's sad to say that is not that I hate black people or I think that black people are beautiful. Okay, so I don't want that to be misconstrued, that I think that the dark people are hideous or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with how he would be treated in life.
Yeah. It's a conversation that I could never say on stream, but it was especially around the time that all the protests were happening that we had that conversation, and it was hard for me to disagree because you want what's best for your child.
And it's sad that him being light skinned, I'm getting emotional now. Him being light skinned and having straight hair will give him a better opportunity in life. And coming from someone who's like actually black, that's a sad thing to hope for your son. So I don't know. It just makes me really sad.
You need a minute?
Yeah, I just need a second.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to vamp a little bit. Give you it really doesn't come from a place of racism. It comes from a place of protecting your child from racism.
Yeah.
I have said all along that the things that I wanted for our kid before he was born was healthy. You know, I don't care about anything else. Because if he's healthy, he has a better opportunity to do a lot. And on top of just that, you want the best for your kids. And you think about this shit. You don't want to think about this shit. It was in our face during that time, though.
Yeah, it was.
That's why I've stopped like watching these fucking videos, these fucking snuff films of people being murdered. You know, I feel weird watching the ones where they get beat on stream. Off stream, I don't watch them at all. I I I'll be honest. I've seen screenshots of what happened to oh shit, I'm drawing a blank on his name. The one from this summer, the big one.
Well, which one?
George Floyd, yes. I've seen screenshots of what happened with George Floyd. I've heard the audio. I have never once watched the video. Anytime it's popped up on my Twitter feed, I scroll past because I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see that
Watching a
shit.
modern day fucking lynching, man. Watching those videos, that's like watching like don't watch that shit. Don't watch that shit. And if anybody in chat watches that shit, you need to cut it out because you're just watching a lynching and it's fucking disgusting.
I mean, if you're going to talk about it and you're gonna like pursue something on it, you should at least watch it once. But the people who are like, look at it again, look at it again, like stop, just stop. At what point does it come off as you like not so much enjoying it, but enjoying the reaction you get out of showing people that? And it really hit me specifically when she got pregnant, because all I could see in any one of those videos was my son.
I prayed. I did not want to have a son. I was so sad when I found out we were having a son because,
He's gonna
well,
have a
one, I
tough.
wanted a girl, but two, he's
Yeah,
gonna have a
she did want a girl.
hard time in life. And just thinking about explaining, okay, when you get pulled over, make sure you put your hands on the dashboard. Tell the cop that you're going to be reaching for your registration. You know, like explaining all that shit to my kid. I don't want that to be my reality, but unfortunately, it's going to have to be.
Well,
You know,
you'd still have to have that conversation if he was a girl.
that's true. That is absolutely true.
Let's see here. Warning from someone who has studied international relations: you will never be able to scrub those videos from your mind. Don't do it to yourself unless you're sure you can live with that.
That's true. That's why I don't watch stuff like that because things like that, they get stuck in my brain.
Shit, both of
And
us working in healthcare, how much shit's already stuck in our brain?
yeah. And I don't need that shit to be imprinted in my brain. I don't wanna look at it and you said watch it just once. I don't think you need to watch it just once. I think you can find the story. You can
Well,
get the story, but don't.
specifically if you're doing something to promote action for it or
No,
something like
still.
that,
It's
like you should
literally a
know how to
lynching.
defend it. No, I agree. I think you should know how to defend the people, defend uh what happened. But I think me as a white person who isn't, out there protesting, even though, I would love to be, um I all I need to say is I don't think that cops should be killing people whether they're guilty or not. I can say that hands down without watching the video.
Yeah. That's
Your
not
mileage may vary, but
you're
that's my
not
view.
the judge or the jury, you don't get the right to be the executioner too,
Yeah.
you know?
On watching it though, your mileage may vary. I don't need to have that position after watching it or not watching it. I can just go ahead and not watch it and have that position. I can have that position about a white person getting shot by cops. I can have that position about black people. Yes, getting shot by the cops is something that should not happen. Period. There's no buts. There's no should not happen in this country. No, should not happen anymore. That should not have ever happened. Should not happen. But that's where we are. I think if you're leading the organizing, there's an argument for it, but the average Joe should just know who to refer the person asking the questions to. Yeah. I just wish more people would let go of the punitive justice system. Once you do that, it makes this argument so much easier. Once you're like, fuck the punitive justice system, where's our rehabilitative justice system? Because in that scenario, those cops, they don't have guns. They're not out to punish people because that's not their job. Their job is to help them in that instance.
All right, let's get on with the video because we don't have that much time left.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That was a lot.
Yeah.
How can anyone persevere in this type of environment? You say black people are being exterminated, but refuse to acknowledge the astronomical rates at which black men are killing each other. You would rather
my
focus.
God! Shut up.
She just 1350'd. I haven't told you about this, but that's a meme. 1350. They say, 13% of the population does 50% of the murders, which is a long debunked statement that right-wingers base all their arguments on. It's a meme at this point. But that's fucking 1350 right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's black on black crime, which is also a meme at this point. Just... ugh.
On how an officer reacted rather than the choices someone made to put themselves in that position to begin with.
Oh my, what the fuck? That's literally what we were just saying. A cop does not have the fucking right to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. I don't care what the fuck somebody did. They do not have that right. Their job is to de-escalate a situation, arrest whoever, whatever, take that person to jail, and then let the justice system do their job. She does not. Oh, she's a fucking Uncle Tom, man.
Yeah. Chatbot says it. I love extrajudicial killings. Yes, that is what she's saying. She's saying so long as I'm able to justify that these are the bad people. Black on black crime is also unrelated to the police's actions. Yeah, I get what you're saying there. He's making a joke. Right-wing justice to punish and enslave. Yes. She dehumanized all right. Yes, she 1350'd. She 1350'd in real fucking time. I didn't even think she was going to go that route, but she fucking did it. Holy shit. It got worse. I can't believe like is there a bottom to this barrel?
That's kind of what I'm wondering too. Like, what else is she gonna fucking say? Let's keep it rolling.
Well, Doodle Muffin, we've thought she's been this the entire time. I think she's just one of those anti-SJW types, and now she sees a grift there, so she's moving to, well, I'm a right-winger. She wants that money.
Oddstorm. She used to be a streamer that I looked up to. She was a Dead by Daylight streamer. She also streamed Overwatch too. She was a gaming streamer, and she had a business where she would help small streamers become better streamers, and she like hosted classes and stuff on her Discord. And then she has morphed into this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Candace Owens understudy. Yes, that's what she's trying to be. She sees a grift because she came out and she said some really shitty things, and her fucking popularity tanked. Like, literally, I can't help but show this. She lost almost 12,000 followers on Twitch in October. Yeah. And like, I thought this was the last we heard of her. We were like, fuck her, we can move on. And she's back in it. And I can't help but talk about her because she's the perfect example. She's starting the grift now. And the fact that it was someone that you looked up to, and rightfully so, for the things that she was doing at that time until she started just spewing bile everywhere. Like, she was good. She was helping people. This is... she probably read the marketing self-help book, The Dip. I don't know that one. I don't get that reference. Are you good to move on, love?
Yeah.
Instead of encouraging self-ownership, you make excuses for every aspect of someone's life. Blacks are poor, have less resources, or lack the education to succeed, you say.
That's true.
But you'll...
Yeah, that's you're literally just stating a fact and saying, you'll say. Like, no, yeah.
All things that are true. So, like, what the fuck? And your point is?
Yeah, why do you think inner city schools have lower budgets than suburban schools that have less people in them? Like, why do you think this is? Huh? We just moving on? Okay.
Completely discredit the many black immigrants who continue to succeed in this country despite having less favorable circumstances than you.
Ooh, I gotta jump on this one. Okay, this is just like the Asian thing. Okay, let me tell you something. The people that are able to come over here from Africa and from China already are have rich parents. They already have rich families. That's how they get here. Sometimes there's a program, sure, but most of them, like, I used to drive Uber around all the college campuses. Everyone, they use, the Asian people that come here, the Asians that come here, the Chinese people that come here. Like, do you know how many of those kids, yes, kids, they were 18, 19, 20, 21. I can call them that. We're driving around in Ferraris and Lamborghinis. The first time I saw a McLaren on the road was in East Lansing, driven by a Chinese exchange student. They are already rich. That's how they get here. If they were poor, you would be hearing the same fucking stereotypes that you hear about black people and Mexican people. Well, actually, you'd hear the same stereotypes you'd hear about Mexican people. Because Mexican people just got to cross the fucking border. They're on this land. They don't need to fly over here. They don't need to catch a boat. That bothers me so fucking much because it ignores the context to how they got here in the first place. In the case of India, it's a little backwards. There's a quota system where the lower your caste, the lower the grade standard for getting a study abroad scholarship. I do not believe they're the standard, and I also know that's a very recent change. Okay, yeah. It's not just wealth at all the time, though. They can be poor, but they do have graduate degrees. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm talking about the majority of the time. Because, like, I hear that shit all the time. That's a thing that they like to use. They like to say, oh, well, look. These are the good immigrants. These Chinese people came over. And they assimilated, or whatever the fuck they say. They're the good ones. And it's like, yeah, what you're talking about is a class struggle, bud. Like, there's an intersection there of race and class that you need to address. It's called intersectionality. You should really look it up. It makes you a better person. God damn, that shit pisses me off. Ugh. Oh, and you hear the opposite stereotype on campus. That's the beautiful thing. I've overheard so many white students complain about how all these rich Asians came over and took their spots in their colleges. I've been privy to a lot of racist conversations because apparently something about me says, "Hey, you think like me." Can't tell what it is though. They came here and opened a business, created jobs. Why can't X be more like Y? Yeah. Not talking about where the money came from that brought them here or allowed them to go to school or allowed them to start that business in the first goddamn place. Favorite greeting in Korea. Ask if you're hungry or if you've eaten, but it's only a greeting. Oh, that's right up my alley.
That's a great greeting, honestly.
Yes,
so
feed me.
hospitable.
Yeah, yes, feed me, please. And Korean food is delicious.
Oh my god, I want Korean food.
Oh god, I could really go for some Korean barbecue.
All right, let's finish this damn video. Let's just see what happens.
The model minority myth is horrible, but you can explain it better. Yeah, I probably can. It's just a thing that annoys me. I can definitely explain it better. If I took the time to look into it better, I could definitely, and I probably should. Just like a Tim Pool or Andy No video ignoring the lead up. Yes. Okay.
Is racism truly the driving force behind inequality? Or is it the lack of self-ownership, the lack of resilience, and the lack of perseverance?
It's the same thing on repeat.
Okay.
The world is a terrible place, and we both know that racism is never going away. But
whoa, hey, wait. So you acknowledge she acknowledges racism exists,
but just not in the way that we experience it.
Yeah, it's the KKK guy saying the N-word. It's not, I'm not going to hire this person. Their name sounds a certain way, which is a thing that happens. What the fuck? How can you thread that needle?
When I started my job, I think I get a lot of jobs because I have a very white sounding name. Even before I got married, it was a very white sounding name. But I always put on my application, I'm not going to answer if I'm black or whatever. This is just a funny story. It doesn't really have anything to do with anything. But when I started my job currently, my manager, a couple weeks, later, he comes up to me and he's like, "Yeah, somebody from corporate, they're filling out a survey, and because you put prefer not to answer on your thing, they want to know if you're black or not." and my boss.
That.
My boss was like, I told him I wasn't going to tell him. And they said, "Well, can't you just look at her and tell?" And he was like, "That's violating her rights." I'm not going to do that. Like, that's something I can't do. Like, what the fuck? Why would they want to do that? That's ridiculous.
Why does it matter?
I don't know. I remember that. That was crazy.
I think I asked that same question when you told me about it too. I'm like, what does it matter? Does it change your pay or something? Does it change your trajectory? Because if it does, that's pretty fucking racist.
You know what it was? It was probably their black quota. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, because that's a thing that exists. Yeah.
Yes, they have to do their why did I just forget what the name of it is?
Affirmative action.
Yes, affirmative action.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you're the only a black person in that position.
In that position, yeah.
Based in a center in the middle of a city that is 60% black.
It's true. I am the only black person in the position that I have, and it's very strange.
Yeah. Not the only black person hired there, though.
So. No, there's a lot of black people there, but I'm the only one in my position.
All right.
Is adopting victimhood really the solution to all of life's problems? I know that I'll be accused of having self-hatred or being anti-black because I'm pointing out the flaws within our culture. But on the
I think you're going to be labeled that because you're saying literally white supremacist talking points uncritically, and you're putting no depth into what you're saying.
I was gonna say, I think that because she's saying anti-black things, that's why people are gonna say she's anti-black. She's literally just saying a bunch of from, oh, your fucking culture makes you ghetto. That's why people look at you. Oh man, just stop saying that you're the victim. Stop. Why does affirmative action exist? Like she's literally saying anti-black things. That's why people are gonna label you anti-black.
And
So
this reminds me of like one of the big things that made me want to have you on for this conversation is talking about how yes, even if you're in an interracial relationship, there is a problem of self-hating black people. There are black women who date white men because they see them as kings, and they'll call them their white kings, and they will talk the worst, most racist shit
about black men.
Yeah, except for their fathers. They love their fathers. They're one of the good
Sometimes.
ones. Yeah, sometimes. And because I know she made an argument like that to Joe Lewis, the little bit that I got to peek in on Chud's stream. And that just drives me up the wall. The people will notice that I will say the whole, yeah, my wife is black when people try to accuse me of being racist. Just because, and I only do it to specific white people because I know it's going to fluster them. Because I know they actually think that thing matters in the long run. But no, you can be racist and date outside of your race.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. One of my uncles, he has a daughter, and well, two actual examples. He has a daughter that's biracial, and his girlfriend at the time, this was like 40 years ago. She said, "I don't like black people, but I like you." That was one of the things she told him all the time. She didn't like black people. So you can absolutely have sex, be dating, do whatever with someone outside of your race, but you can still be a total fucking racist.
Yeah. Against black people or white people, depending on how you view it. You can justify anything you want. Like the more blunt way I always put it is, it doesn't matter what you stick your dick into. You can still be racist. You can still be a bigot. Like there are there are gay men that hate gay people and will still be gay.
That's true.
Because they are
That's
gay,
so
of course. But yeah. I have to go watch Muppets Christmas Carol with my kids now, but it was great to hear. Aw. Yeah, Doodle Muffin really appreciated hearing from you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I miss her streaming. She's fucking great. She's a fucking great streamer.
Oh, shut up.
I loved watching your streams. I did. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, we'll continue this because we're running out of time. We've got like 15 minutes.
Contrary, I believe what I'm saying is a form of love. Anything of value needs to be.
I bashed everything about the culture and told you that everything you believe is completely wrong, and the only way that you can get better is if you start listening to white supremacists and do as they say. That's out of love. Fuck
She's so
you.
deluded. She's so fucking deluded.
Absolutely fuck you. Hey, Igloo. Good to see you.
Igloo!
Maintained, and maintenance involves addressing the areas that need to be improved. Would you rather someone smile while lying to your face, or would you rather hear the truth despite how much it hurts? The first step towards fixing a problem is to acknowledge that there is, in fact, a problem. So, Black America, how do we fix this?
Well, for starters, by not listening to you. Holy shit.
Right.
I feel this bears repeating after that. She has said publicly that she does not identify as black. Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her. That whole video just like fucking hurt my heart, man. Like, and to see when you see black people spewing shit like that, it really just like it does something to my soul. Like it enrages me. It brings out like my inner demon. Like I just want to go slash her eyeballs out. Like I
In a video game. In a video game, guys.
yes, in a video game, of course. Um
In Dead by Daylight, you want to be the killer and her be the
and her be the survivor.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Dead by Daylight.
But
in Minecraft, yes.
um
Can you
that
tell she
really
hasn't streamed in a while?
yeah, it's been a long time. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know. That whole video just enraged me, and it was just a whole bunch of it honestly is a whole bunch of stuff I've heard before a million times. But nothing she said in there was original. Nothing she said in there was well thought out. You know, it was just a bunch of bullshit. It was just a bunch of, like if you want to be racist, like that's just like scratching the surface of like racist points. You know, that's like the pamphlet they give you when they say here you're going to be a racist. Like she didn't say anything. I don't know. She didn't say anything of substance.
No.
So,
No. It was all white supremacist talking points. You could hear this same shit from the fucking Proud Boys. You can hear this same shit from Donald Trump, Richard Spencer. Like, they'll outwardly say that Richard Spencer is a white supremacist. You know who doesn't consider himself a white supremacist? Richard Spencer. And they'll say these things without any irony and no forethought, and it's all like skin deep criticisms from across, to put it bluntly, across the tracks. Like they're peeking over a fence and going, I don't want to find out why that's going on. I just don't like that it's going on.
mm-hmm.
And that's all they think about it. It's so fucking just it's Karening. She's Karening as a black woman or whatever she identifies as. Like I can't help but point that fact out that she did that. She did that. She deleted her Twitter because that was on her Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That she doesn't see herself as black. She sees herself as, what was it? That she has her family's Latino.
I can't remember exactly what her roots are, but neither one of her parents came from Africa. They came from, I think, some Latin. I think she's more Latin.
Yeah, which I mean, I've heard the argument that that's not really black, but I tend to look at it as, how is society going? That's why I have no qualms saying that Barack Obama was the first black president, because he was a lot blacker than the previous 43 presidents.
Mm-hmm.
And he got treated as a black president does. Even though he ruled no different than Bill Clinton would have, or Joe Biden's about to. He got treated as 100% black, all by the same people who had no problem in the same moment saying, well, he's only half black. Doesn't fucking matter. How society treats you matters in that instance. Kamala Harris, she isn't black. Doesn't change people. racist calling her the N-word doesn't change that at all. She's going to be treated as black. So you can have your opinion about what black is specifically, but society is going to treat you a certain way, regardless to it. And I hate that shit. That's the shit that we're fighting against. The shit that we're fighting to change. And me and Glam have such a vested interest in seeing that change happen now more than ever. Before it was just, it always felt like this nebulous people that we were, standing up for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's, no, we're doing this for our fucking son.
Yeah.
I want his life to be easier than the previous mixed or black child.
Yeah.
Because the way shit's going, things have been worse for everybody, yes. But no matter how bad it gets, there's always that extra layer. There's always that extra layer when you add race into it.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala is the first American with Indian heritage to hold the VP position. Take that, Tulsi. Fuck Tulsi Gabbard, too. I don't even know if I want to get into that. Well, we're coming up on the end of it. It's fucking, yeah, turfsy. I should probably end soon and come on down and spend some time with you guys. So I really appreciate you coming on for this, and anytime you want to do this thing, love, we'll set it up.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, it was fun. It took my mind off of taking care of this very moody baby because he got his vaccines yesterday. So
yeah, his legs hurt.
yeah. So it was fun. All right. Have a good day.
Right.
Or
see you in
have
a bit,
good
love.
rest of your whatever. All right. Bye.